Hello and welcome back. I made it out of that stupid maze, but let me tell you, this isn't the first time I got here. Let me enlighten you for a second, okay? Let me just teach you a little lesson. See this right here? Just keep going, because look at that. It's gonna fall. Oh, that one's gonna fall too. Who would have thought? Whatever, my dudes. Let's go. Oh, that's gonna fall. That's gonna fall. Whatever. You know, that's life, and I thought I was out of this bullshit. Well, this was purple. Let's go to the purple one. And that's the end of the level. And you know what? I'm not going to blame myself entirely. I'm really inclined to blame myself. But apparently this is the first Mario Forever level, 6-2, to get a dedicated YouTube video to it. I looked it up because I was like, I've got to be doing something wrong. Which I wasn't. There are forum posts asking how to get in that fucking pipe. So you know what? Don't blame me for the entire waste that was episode 5. You know, let's take a minute and just appreciate how... What's that? Whoa! Hello, El Capitano. We got, like, Ultra Instinct fucking Mario here. Whoa! Yeehaw! I'm not even going to, like, sit there and go, you know what, I'm not surprised by anything anymore. But the fact that this is a Super Mario World ROM hack, remember, I'm not playing the coded from bullshit nothing original. I am playing the Super Mario World ROM hack. So we can take a minute to appreciate how impressive original power-ups are. But let's take a moment to also say that's a lot of effort to put into a super jump. Because ultimately, I'm sitting here for a second, I'm thinking, I'm a little drinky. You know, I still am. Same day. Oh, I lost my super jump. Oh, well. Sad face. It's just a super jump. And you know what? That's really cool. As a power-up idea, I'll throw that out there. I'm spitballing here. If I were tasked to make a new power-up for the Super Mario... a super jump is honestly pretty high on that list. That's a cool idea. I spent probably about 15 minutes in 6-2 trying to solve that bullshit mystery, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a bullshit mystery of bullshit shenanigans. 6-3 was so easy. Why was 5-2 through 6-2 so difficult? When I could just do 6-3 without even thinking. When I could talk about that new power-up that I don't even give a shit about. Besides the fact that it's a cool idea. But let me be honest with you, is it like super innovative? No. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Oh, falling bullshit, of course. That's the thing, Mario Forever, as much as I am enjoying this ROM hack, I'm not going to sit there and say, you know, this ROM hack is bad, the people who made it are bad, and dummy heads, and whatever. It's fun. But there's a lot of shenanigans with it. Let's go back, let's see. Oh, man. Is it one of those? There's one of these in every Super Mario shenanigans. Come on, man. Don't make my life miserable. Make my life fun. This ROM hack is just dedicated to making me miserable. That's just how life goes. Is it the middle path? Only time will tell. I'm under a time limit, but let's waste that time. Let's remember, bottom path first. Okay, is it going to be bottom path the second time? Probably not. It's not, so bottom and top. Ooh, one of those things I am not. One of those things I am. I'll leave that to the imagination, but until then, let's just continue. It's option number 1. I'm in option number 1. That's just how life goes, you know. We live life how we are. At least they're kind enough to give me 1-ups because they understand that this is kind of bullshit. Just a little bit. But, you know, trial and error. Let's have some fun, you know. Buckle up, buckaroos. Let's just have a good time. Because ultimately, I'm here to have a good time. If I'm having a bad time. The thing is, if I'm having a bad time, I will continue to have a bad time because I have this obsession with when I would make a playthrough in the past. I had a really bad habit of not finishing them. Mega Man X5, Kirby's Dream Land 2, you know how it goes. So I had this bad habit of not finishing things. So I have an obsession now with finishing things as the Lord God intended, which is just finishing things as you're supposed to, you know? I say the Lord God, even though I don't entirely believe in a God. But if you do, you know, as I said last episode, you can believe whatever religion you want. I'm not going to look down on religions, even religions I don't like. I have actively actually defended religions I don't like. Because that's just like, ultimately, when we go about things, belief systems, whatever, they're ours, they're personal, they're whatever. I'm not going to sit there and say you're a bad person for whatever. Oh yeah, boss music! You know how much I like this fucking song, right, buckaroos? Let's go. Fuck you, Bowser. Fuck you, King Koopa. Oh. Yeah. But, yeah, I've gone on record. This is a personal opinion. I'm not a fan of Catholicism. I think that's a really common opinion to have, but I have actually defended Catholics. Damn it. Because it's like, I'm not going to say I'm a moral paragon, of course, because, you know, I had this whole thing where I understand how much I'm trying to sound like a moral paragon. So I have a degree of self-awareness to my bullshit, but that's like a whole thing. Is I have a huge thing of people do whatever the fuck you want belief, you know? That's the whole thing. And people who say, you know, I'm going to do what the fuck I want beliefs will also say, herder, flying spaghetti monster, aren't religious people dumb? And I don't like that. I don't sit there and say, like, you know, you're dumb for thinking whatever thing. That's like a huge thing, even about a lot of stuff in reality. A lot of people misunderstand how reality works. And the whole edgy atheist thing is either a syndrome of Reddit or just recent conversion. So that's like a thing I've actually talked to friends about. I had a friend on Boomer Book. I'm not going to deliver their name or anything, but they used to be pretty right-wing. And you know what? Whatever. But then they converted to left-wing. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Believe what you want. If you are happier believing this, then I am happy for you. But what this friend did is immediately when they converted to left wing, started saying like, hey, people who think right wing are dumb. They're backwards. They're really stupid. And that's where I was like, look, you're coming off as, I understand, I know you. I know you personally. I know you're an atheist. You're coming off as the edgy atheist that you did not want to look like back when I first met you. And I remember when I commented that on their page, their mother actually replied to me. It's like, wow, you're a good friend because you see my child kind of making an idiot of themselves and you're trying to hold them accountable just by saying, hey, look, people think differently than you. And to sit there and say they're bad or dumb or stupid is not the most, like, intellectually honest thing to do. And that's the thing, you could sit there, I don't want to talk about politics. That's like a big thing. I don't want to talk about politics, because, you know, my whole thing is this is a show for fun, shenanigans, and whatever. So ultimately, I'm not going to give too much into this. But I want you, viewer, listen to me for 1 second. I want you to believe what you want, as long as you believe it in good faith. If you can sit there and say, I believe my belief is the right course of action, and whatever belief it is. It doesn't have to be politics. It doesn't have to be religion. Whatever belief you have, viewer, I want you to sit there and say, this belief, I feel like, makes me a better person and makes the world a better place. And you know what? I will back you up if you believe that genuinely. And that's the thing I talked about really early on in this playthrough, is people will be like, well, what about X or Y extreme example? And yeah, extreme outliers, but the every 99.9% of person isn't going to be a serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer motherfucker. Let's be honest. So, the 99.9% of person isn't going to sit there and say, you know what, I'm a bad person, I'm going to use my beliefs to be a bad person. Nobody, if no well-adjusted human being goes about saying that I'm gonna believe what I believe to be a bad person to ruin people's lives. That's like nobody besides extreme asshole motherfuckers think that. I don't want to go about the world thinking that 99% of people who don't think like me are this kind of bad person. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. What is it about Mario Forever and me getting deep? At least I'm not saying like 40 times. Let's be honest with you. I'm getting better. I'm self-aware. I'm improving. I'm having a fun time. I'm hoping you're having a fun time. Episodes 1 through 3, a little rough around the edges, I'll be honest, because of all the times I say like. But that's a habit I'm trying to break out of. When I try to talk about anything that's more than just acknowledging what is immediately happening in the moment. Because you know that thing where people made fun of Barack Obama for looking at teleprompter and going, and not going, but, he'll say a word and he'll drag it out forever because he's catching up to the teleprompter. My equivalent of that is saying like. Now here's the thing. Barack Obama, the former president of the United States of America, had trouble with this. So me having trouble with this, ultimately, I don't feel like makes me super stupid. If Barack Obama himself can have this problem, then I can have it too, you know? Did that pipe just goat-seeded, didn't it? Yeah, it did. That pipe just whoop, goat-seed and sucked that castle down. I admire the tenacity. World 7, here we go. At least I'm making progress. Let's be honest for 1 second. I could sit there on 6-2 for eternity. I'm making progress. World 7. I think there's 12 worlds. You know, ooh, water. Let's hope there's not the big fish that's going to gobble me up. Like it is in Mario 3. That level absolutely terrified me as a child. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, that fish scared me. Because, like, I'll be honest with you, I have this innate fear, ever since I was a small child, of being eaten alive. You know, people, like, talked about, like, the big boa constrictors and, like, who gives a fuck land. That's me of me to say about third world countries, but... Come on! You can hear me tapping! Is it this controller, or is it just this fucking game? There we go. Ah! There we go. Got it. Okay, whatever. Progress. I don't want to say that about another country. Who gives a fuck, whatever. But that's mean of me. But, motherfucker. This is gonna be really hard, isn't it? I'll humor the 7-1. I've gone on record saying my controller isn't that great. That's just how life goes. But I'm getting used to it. I'm having my fun. But, I'll go on record and say, being eaten alive, absolutely monumentally terrifying for me. That's why Attack on Titan, as an anime, manga, whatever, super scurry, you know? Oh, man. But, yeah. So, my whole thing. So, like, the big SNES scare me. Do I want to use save states? Because ultimately save states are low-class, plebeian stuff. But with this controller, am I justified in using save states? Say in the comments below, buckaroos, am I justified in using save states? Because ultimately, you can hear me clacking, clacking, clacking away at this motherfucking controller. But it's like, it ain't cooperating with me. Like, it is not cooperating. Just drown, Mario. I don't care. Drown for all I care. Fuck you! Like, I'm tired of being blocked off from progress. Not from skill, but from bullshit! You know? It's like, that's the thing. If I was just dumb, and bad, and stupid, you know, that'd be one thing. But this is clearly not. This is clearly a problem with equipment, and not me. I'm not gonna say problem with game, because that would be mean of me. But this is a problem with equipment, you know? So, I'm just going to do what I did, and 5-2. You know? Speed things up. I'm 15 minutes in, so I'll see you in a couple of minutes, buckaroo. Speed things up. I'm using save states. If you have anything against me doing that, you can go take a whatever you want, whatever object that you feel is desirable to you, and fuck yourself with it. And after my rant, I'll see you in a little bit, you know? That's just how life goes. Okay, I'm back, and I have come to the conclusion that the up button on my controller is what's fucked up. So I switched the controller scheme over to just keyboard. It was tricky. You can probably see in the sped up footage if you want to slow it down. I had trouble. So I've ultimately, who would have thought that the up button on my controller is what's fucked up? Not like I had trouble going into a pipe earlier or anything. Who would have trouble with that? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Of course I'm right. So, you know, I'll admit, my controller is not very good. I should probably invest in a better controller for the sake of the show. What are you? Oh my god. That changes a lot. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. You know, people can say, there's a whatever kind of effect, you know, going on. That green fish is new. That green cheap. A little cheap, you know? Ah, no. Oh, god fucking damn it. Up button fucked up. Let's try this. Let's shift things a little bit to the control stick. I was using the D-pad, okay? I never thought of trying this. Let's shift things to the D-pad a little bit. Because who would have thought me, of all people, would be using an emulator with a ROM hack? Am I right? I'm not using a capture card. I'm using an emulator. Who would have thought? But it's a ROM hack. Who gives a shit? Am I right? Whatever. Weird. No problem at all. Really makes you think, you know? Really makes you think that none of this is my fault, and it's equipment problem. As I said, equipment problem. That's my excuse. And, you know, believe what you want. You know, you can believe that I'm just a window-licking special ed student. You know, you can believe that. Ultimately, I don't care. And, you know, the act of me saying I don't care probably implies that I care. But let's pretend for a moment that it does not. Okay? And, let's think for a second. Damn it. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I ain't mad. Who's mad? I ain't mad. Ultimately, that's life. Joypad, better than D-pad. Who would have thought? But the problem is, this is a 2D game. If you ever played a 2D game with a joypad, and you prefer it, I'm sorry, you're a psychopath. You are a menace to society, you know? And that is just how things go. You are an absolute menace, and I hate you. Just kidding, I love you, viewer. But, my whole thing is when it comes to 2D games, I prefer D-pads. And I think that is just the general consensus. I don't think that's a controversial opinion. But if I'm at the point where I have to use the joypad, first of all, ugh, gross. Second of all, well, the show must go on. That's just how life goes. Me, having the hubris to call this a show. This is just an idiot on the internet playing a video game. And I looked at my YouTube analytics for things. People just want to watch Mario forever. They don't want to watch me. I get that. My personality, probably a little abrasive. Just a little bit. But let's be honest, there's a little charm with me. If you actually fucking shit balls, ass, tits, fuck, Whatever. There's a level of abrasiveness that I think is charming. And I think there's a tight balance. That's the same place I died last time, isn't it? The exact same fish, exact same spot. I know what's going on. But I feel like if you want to be entertaining, there's a level of abrasiveness you have to have. This is my last shot before the end of the episode, because I'm sitting at about 24 minutes. But, there's a level of abrasiveness you have to be funny. You know, I get it. There's like a whole, I get it, you know. Funny, there's a lot of things. Humor, by its very nature, is built, predicated upon a level of abrasiveness. Sanitized humor is the worst. I've said before, referential humor, lowest form of comedy. No, sanitized humor, lowest form of comedy. Sanitization ruins humor. As controversial of a statement that is in current year, I'm going to say that. Jerry Seinfeld believes that. I believe that. I'm not a fan of Jerry Seinfeld. I don't listen to his stuff. I didn't even watch Seinfeld that much. I watched Seinfeld when I was forced to at the mental hospital. But ultimately, I would watch everything, including Big Bang Theory. I'll be honest, when I was there, Big Bang Theory was the thing I looked forward to. Because that's the thing, TV is in such a state where Big Bang Theory is a thing you look forward to compared to everything else on the shitty boob tube bullshit. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Same place, same time. I'll beat this level next episode. I promise you, viewer. That's a promise. A contract between me and you. I will not end the next episode until this level is beaten. Beautiful. Wonderful. Goodbye.